Hello folks, Reverend Crystal Cox here. I've had some people tell me lately that I need to pick a denomination and stick with it. Okay, it doesn't matter what denomination, just do it, right? Wasn't quite worded exactly that way, but questions of what is my spiritual belief? How can I have an all-faith church? And it really has to focus in on a certain religion and a certain doctrine. My relationship with God, with Goddess, Spirit, with my guides, with angels, has nothing to do with a certain religion. I call myself a religious organization because I'm taking back that word. That word is very sacred, and you don't have to say you're a Protestant or a Catholic or a Jehovah's Witness or a Mormon. These are labels to be part of a community, and that's fine. People need to be where they're led and where they feel good. And if they want to be around people that are of like mind and that believe the same way they do, interpret the scriptures the same way they do, that's fine. That's beautiful. As long as you're not being guilted into that, shamed into that, if that religious structure, spiritual structure is not trying to force you into being somebody that you're not, trying to change you, try to using their religion in order to suppress you, okay? It might have been good for your family, it might be good for your brothers and sisters, but it might not be good for you, okay? Your relationship to Spirit is between you and Spirit, you and God, you and your guides, you and angels, you and Goddess, okay? I don't have to say I'm a particular religion, and I'm not, okay? And people are go, well, you know, to believe your way, well, you know, and then they interpret the best they can, which would be pagan. But I do believe in Jesus Christ, but I believe it's a parable. I mean, yes, I'm pagan. I also feel like I'm very connected to Pleiadian information, to channeled information. I connect to some Wiccan information, a lot of Buddhist information. I'm very much into study. I love information. But my connection to God, to Goddess, has nothing to do with anybody else, nothing to do with religion. And it shouldn't for you folks either, okay? Whether you go to church, whatever you do, your relationship with spiritual energy, with, again, God, Goddess, Mother God, Father God, with Jesus, Archangel Michael, angels, you know, whatever this relationship is, it happens in your head, your heart, your prayer, your connection. It is about you and your own thoughts, your own mind, your own intentions. It's not about showing other human beings and what they think, okay? Monitoring your thoughts all the time and your connection to Spirit is up to you. Nobody really knows the truth of who you really are but you and your connection to Spirit, okay? So you don't have to be a particular religion. You don't have to tithe and give money to this and give money to that and, you know, working at a job you hate and then giving money to taxes and giving money to churches and giving money to utilities, and, you know, you just kind of stay on the hamster wheel and you don't really get the connection to Spirit. If you sit down and pray and ask for help to be shown what is of your highest and best good, how can I be of my highest and best potential? How can I be content? How can I bring more peace into my life? What is it that I came here to do? What is my bliss? What am I supposed to do here on earth? There's so many changes going on now that it's really sensitive. Intuition's really high. And I encourage you to trust yourself. Okay, whatever you feel intuitively that you need to be doing, that's what you need to be doing. And sometimes it's kind of boring, especially when, you know, like I feel like I'm very connected to the Pleiadian energy. Sometimes I remember what it's like to not be here on Earth. And for me, it makes it kind of boring here because it's like, you know, I miss like things I used to do or do sometimes in lucid dreaming where I could like break a vase, for example, and bring a vase back. Or I could just have a house that's just kind of floating above the water. You know, yeah, it's a dream and it's fantasy, but this is what it's like for me on the other side, or for me without a human body, or the limitations that I feel here on Earth. And I know a lot of people think, oh, that's really out there, but it makes it for me, sometimes I'm a little bored here on earth, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my time. I don't really find a lot of joy in things that humans do. And yeah, I'm talking like I'm an alien. I do. I feel like I'm Pleiadian. I feel like I'm a pagan Pleiadian priestess. I feel, you know, I don't feel connected to regular jobs and freeways and soccer and regular suburban life and the way that the humans do it and sports teams and the whole how things work here. I don't feel kin to that. I feel very spiritual. I feel very, I know the truth about a lot of things, but I can't necessarily live it because I'm stuck in this body and I can't do magic, to put it bluntly. So for those of you who feel like that, you just have to just every day and always make sure of your thoughts so that you're creating your reality. Okay, what do you want me to do? Basically, you're holding a frequency. You're holding light. You're holding energy. Okay, you're in prayer. You don't have to go out and be a spiritual warrior. You don't have to fight anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to really talk to anybody about any of it, okay? Your relationship with spirit is silent. It is between you and spirit, nature. You can be more vocal like I am, or you can be quiet, whatever you need to do. But just don't feel weird or bad. And a lot of times people that feel that way end up being suicidal too because they don't know what to do here on earth because it's just so dense, you know, and it's so sad. And you read about these past life regressions or even this life where people go all the way back and remember being born and just kind of what a bummer it is. It's like, you know, you're used to all this freedom, or, you know, the movie like What Dreams May Come, or, you know, if you're used to not having a body or manifesting into a body, and if people can remember that, and there are stories like that, Dolores Cannon, there's a lot of regression stuff, if you remember being like that, it's really can make your earth life sad. They say things like ignorance is bliss because the more you know, the harder it is to just hang out here, you know, and do what? And sit and study and pray, and it can be very frustrating. So, and then also you get very sensitive. So if you go out in the freeways and the malls and the frequencies of everything, it can be very bothersome and agitating too. You're uncomfortable. And light workers feel this. People that are here as lighthouses to hold a frequency oftentimes are outcast. And part of bringing back Goddess Church is to help embrace these people, to say, you know, calling all light workers. It's time to heal all water. It's time to heal, bring in all the light, working with the Pleiadians and bringing in light, bringing in truth. The humans are ready to know what's going on, know the truth. Sharing information about healing, about frequency, about love, and just being at peace and holding, you know, holding light. And it's hard because, like I said, they get bored, they get frustrated, they get outcast. And, you know, Wiccans are doing this, pagans are doing this. People across the board in all different spiritualities and religions that are of the light, that are light workers, are doing this, and they're like waiting for something, right? Well, the time is here, and we are lighthouses, and we're emitting this frequency. We're just holding a frequency, but we're also emitting a frequency. We're calling in love, we're calling in light, and we're filling the earth, and we're helping to change the energy over. And a lot of times it's a little bit, like I said, boring in terms of earth terms because you're just kind of sitting there, or you're just walking the beach, or you're just kind of moving back and forth and holding a place, and you don't necessarily really fit in family functions. You don't want to sit around and just drink, and you don't want to, you know, be like, ah, we laugh and we talk about shallow things. And I'm not saying anything negative to people that do that. I'm saying that light workers don't necessarily feel right about it. They'd rather be studying or praying or working with their crystals or doing something to help bring the light and change the frequency, and it's constantly in this work project of bringing in the light. And that's where they feel happiest and joyful. That's where I feel happiest and joyful. I don't really enjoy going to functions with large groups of people. I don't enjoy concerts. I don't enjoy sporting events. I don't enjoy things like that of a massive amount of people. I enjoy spiritual counseling one-on-one. I pray all day, every day. Not constantly, but I pray at least probably a dozen times a day. I study spiritual information, and I keep praying constantly of that I will be led where it is I need to be led, and shown what I need to be shown, and that I do this for other folks. So you don't have to be a particular denomination. We're not. We're humans. We're souls in heaven in this human experience. It's not about denominations or things that distract you from your connection to spirit. Okay? All of these functions and all of this hamster wheel chase is outside of and irrelevant to your personal connection to God. to Goddess, to Mother God, to Spirit, okay? Hold this frequency and be true to yourself. Know thyself. Love thy neighbor. Golden rule. Just do the right thing and be a good person and stay connected to Spirit as much as possible. God bless you all. God has blessed you all.